What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name's James. For those of you who don't know, I like clothes and well-made things, but today we're finally gonna wash my LVC 1954 501s. For those of you who've been following along, I did a short video of day one of when I bought the jeans all the way up to about 85 wears. Right now I've got 92 wears. My goal was to get to 100, but I got into a fight with a beer and lost, and now they need to be washed. In the video, I'm gonna walk you through the whole process of what I do on washing my first pair. There's many different ways, so take that with a grain of salt. And then I'm gonna show you the difference between day one, the wash before, and then the wash after. I'm excited for you to come with me. Let's get to it. So we're in the bathroom right now, and I wanna go over a few different things that you're gonna need for this soak. So obviously you're gonna need some sort of detergent. A lot of people will say like get Woolite Dark or go with like a special thing that they gave you that you can buy on like some sort of website. I don't necessarily think you need that. Like they're gonna fade differently, but it's not gonna be a big deal. For me personally, if you want it to be like follow the rules and do everything exactly, then maybe that's the way that you should go. But I'm just using regular detergent. This is like the Gain with lavender. It should be fine for me. And then I bring a bunch of like cups. So I have 3 glass cups just to weigh down the denim. That's gonna allow it to stay submerged, so when I leave, it's not gonna kind of float to the top. There's not a lot to go into it, just time, patience. Also from a personal level, when you're doing it in the bathtub, like I would do it right before you're gonna clean your bathtub anyway, because you're definitely gonna get a bunch of blue and crap all in it. If you have a partner that's at all a clean freak, do not wash your denim after she just cleaned the bathroom or the tub, because that person will kill you. I mean, I think it's important in a relationship to have a little bit of fear, but you do not want to poke that bear. I recommend if you're gonna do it right before you're gonna clean the bathtub, because you're gonna get indigo everywhere, and it's just overall a better kind of situation for yourself, better situation for cleaning, and you're just gonna save a lot of drama. Now that you have all the stuff that you need to do, it's gonna be the time to clean and start your denim. So I always recommend uncuffing your jeans. So what you're gonna see when you uncuff the jeans, you're gonna see a bunch of like dirt and everything. This allows you to kind of get all that crap that you don't want in there anyway. I like to give it a quick little shake. Then you're gonna put them completely inside. You can already tell that there is already some bleeding into the pockets, so just be aware of that. If you're crazy like I am, you put the amount of wears that you have on your pocket bag and how long you've had them, so that way you don't get caught up in mist. And it's time to start the tub. Let's get to it. So I like to go a little higher than I need it, just because I think this is gonna leak a little bit and I don't wanna run out of water. So we're gonna throw detergent in there. You don't need to be exact with it, just a little bit less than you probably would. Just that right there is perfect. And then I like to just kind of move this around to get the soap in there. And here comes the fun part. You're gonna put your jeans in and you're gonna fully submerge them. You wanna make sure you're getting everything. You can already tell that it's starting to turn blue. Use your cups to weigh down the areas that are starting to come up. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Now we set the timer for 15 minutes. So as we wait here and we're waiting for the pants to kind of sit and soak and everything like that, I want to take a second to go, there are many ways to wash your jeans. Like there is not one like tried and true method. A few years ago, or about a year ago, I did a bathtub soak with me wearing them. That worked really well as well. Everybody likes to have their kind of personal opinion on what you should do or what you shouldn't do. I think, you know, the idea behind it is just to have fun, and you know, some people will wash their jeans after a week, some people will wash their jeans after 2 years. Like, your mileage may vary. You enjoy your jeans, they're how you wear them. There's no right or wrong. I mean, I think the only kind of bad way to do it is if you have raw denim and just to throw them in the washing machine. The more you spend, obviously you want to be a bit more selective about how you're going to wash it, but there's no wrong way to do it. There is just different ways. So don't feel intimidated that by doing this or by doing a bathtub soak or not washing them at all, they're your jeans. You do what you want with them and you enjoy them the way that you want. Let's get back to the soak, but I just wanted to say that because everybody likes to have an opinion on what they should do or what you shouldn't do or yada, yada, yada. Just enjoy them and have fun. We're gonna kind of rough them up. So you'll see that there's definitely some green and yellow and blue in there. That's gonna be natural because you're losing some of the indigo. My jeans I wore in the rain, I wore in the summer, I wore all year round, so it's not gonna have as much bleeding as you might think, but it's definitely losing some. That's completely natural. Now we're just getting out all this soap. You don't need to fill it up as high as it was just because you're just trying to like rinse all the soap and everything out of it. Yeah, and you're still seeing, look at all the blue that's still coming out. So it is good to just let this stuff kind of come out. I'm gonna use a black towel because I don't want any of the indigo to run and ruin my other towels. Just lay these flat. I got a partner. You coming to hang out? And hopefully that'll take all the water out of them, or most of the water before we go hang out to dry. So one thing that I'm gonna do that you don't necessarily have to do, when I bought these jeans, they were my size. I got these on sale and this was my main reason of getting them, is just to kind of see how everything works. They were still expensive. They cost me $124, which I know is way less than what they are right now, but I still wanna take care of them. So I am worried that they're gonna be too small for me for when I wear them. I did put them in cold water and I did the natural fit, but I'm gonna try them on real quick. And I just wanna get an idea of how they fit on my body, and throughout the drying process, I'll probably throw them on and do some moves and stuff like that. So let's get into that. These definitely shrunk. So they're way tighter in the waist. They're tighter in the leg. They're still decent in the thigh, but something to take into consideration as you're wearing them. I put these on because I knew they were gonna be at least a little tight. I wanna be able to like, my booty got in the way. I wanna be able to like, I'm gonna do some squats and some stretching in them. Again, your mileage may vary. Like, do what you feel is right. Like, you don't want to ruin your jeans, but you also don't want to have jeans that don't fit. So do it however you will. This is then washed and wet. They will definitely loosen up a little bit. Overall, still very wearable. You okay? So right now in Chicago, it is like 90 degrees. So this is gonna be probably the fastest way that I'm gonna get them dry. I'm gonna give them like 10 or so hours just to kind of naturally dry. Throughout that process, I'm gonna be trying them on probably every 2 hours or so just to make sure that they're still kind of stretched. But we'll see where they go after the time and we'll get into those fades. What's up, you guys? So it's been officially 1 day that these have been drying and I want to go over kind of the changes that I saw. As far as sizing goes, they definitely shrunk. I originally had my sizing, I did all my measurements and I'll leave them right down here. I would say on average, you lost about 1 inch to 1.5 inches on every aspect other than your leg opening. And color-wise, they definitely turned a lot more of like a lighter blue. They're still very much a dark wash denim at this point, but way less kind of like wet looking than the previous ones. In regards to like the patch, so if you look at the patch right here, you'll see that it's kind of bubbling. And a lot of that's got to do with the fact that the cotton itself shrunk. When you get denim, obviously things are gonna shrink. Typically what'll happen is you'll lose about 1 inch or 2 in the waist, and then you'll lose some around the legs and the thighs and everything like that. I do think that is stuff that will eventually kind of come back as I wear it. They are tight, but very much wearable pants. When you wash a pair of jeans, they do become a lot more stiff. So traditionally, these are a 12-ounce rigid denim, and they will shrink to a 14-ounce. Basically, what that means is the denim itself is just coming together, it's getting tighter. I am surprised with the fading. The fades aren't as deep as I thought they would, but that makes sense. I wasn't wearing them a crazy amount, and I just hadn't done a huge amount of like really like breaking them in, and this is your first wash. I am, however, surprised or how much indigo actually came out while I was doing the bathtub. I'm sure you saw while I was like wringing it out, you could see it just kind of coming off. So we definitely got some lighter stuff there. In regards to like the whiskers, you're definitely gonna see some whiskers, but you're seeing just an overall lightness of that. I would say the biggest change that I saw as far as with the wash is the roping around the ankles. That's definitely a big thing. As I've been doing this and as I continue to wear denim and stuff like that, I find myself really enjoying like one wash or sanforized denim. And the reason being is you don't have to deal with all the fuss of shrinking. The shrink to fit is a fun process, but it's like a science. You gotta really kind of know what you're doing. This was a fun experiment, and I've really grown to really like these jeans and also grow and really love Levi's vintage clothing. I just find their stuff to be the best version of what it can be because they were the original versions of it. However, I know there are better versions, but just what I like from a personal level. The biggest thing that I thought was really interesting about this though is how they compare to my 1973 LVC with dead stock Cones Mill denim. Those are vastly different. I'm wearing them right now, so I'm not gonna pull them up, but I'll show you pictures of them. And that is a huge difference between what I was seeing. I am very surprised to see the difference in color and contrast. I know that these right here are a made in Japan denim that I believe is a loom that is used in Japan. So maybe that's a different thing. And maybe because the Cones Mill were just older denim, so it's a different kind of look. I am not sure. However, I will say that these are much more kind of wet looking as opposed to the Cones Mill, and then the Cones Mill and these are very furry. So there's definitely a lot of furriness to it as opposed to when it was originally before it was washed. Overall, I'm really happy with how everything came, and I'm excited to see how these go. I'm gonna continue to do like little short videos about this just because I want to see the progression from day one to now maybe walk day 150 or wear 150 and just see how they evolve. I am going for that vintage 1950s vibe. I don't want to have super high contrast. I want a more of an even fade, and that's why I washed these a little bit earlier. But overall, this was a really fun experience, and I want to thank everybody for coming. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.